Hey traders from around the world, how are you? This is me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading WDAY. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. We got the markets, SPY on the board today, and it was a little bit of a bearish gap this morning. You might have been able to make $1 or $2. In fact, Amy up there in Chicago area said she made $10 on the bearish gap. It was a very, very quick one. This was a bearish gap and go, thus the quickness. White candle gapping down. I actually have my favorite candle on the 5-minute chart. Here's the 5-minute time frame right here. And you just got that nice high wave candle in the 5-minute. In fact, the second candle was an inside day or inside range candle. Entry would have been there, stop would have been there. Just a quick R out the gate on the SPY. That's how one could have played it. Let's talk about the trades that I took today. Actually, only one. Only one. This was on workday, ticker symbol WDAY, and got real lucky on this one. Did post this one on Twitter for anyone who follows me on Twitter at Newsome Nuggets. Also posted it on Slack. Got a few traders asking me, do you have to be a part of the trading room in order to be in Slack? And the answer to that question is yes, because we do post live trades every single day. It's worth the investment. I mean, it pays for itself all the time. Let me just keep scrolling. So 8:32 a.m., right? 2 minutes after market open. This was my post right here. 1:12:26 by 1:11:69 on workday. So if we hop in here, that was on the 5-minute chart. You're going to have to hop into the 1 minute to see this trigger, however. And let me just kind of pull this over here. There's a lot going on this morning. Yada, yada, yada. There we go. And so I posted it on this candle right there, and it triggered on the 5th minute of the day. There was the pullback, very nice trade. So entry was here, stop was there, and guess what this was right there? 3 R's. What? Yes, I haven't hit a 3R trade in the first 30 minutes of the day in months, but the good news is my plan says if I hit 3 R's in the first 30 minutes, I am done for the day. So I was done for the day by about 9:45 a.m. Eastern on a $450 R. It's right around $1,200 after commissions, taxes not included, but not a bad day's work for about 15 minutes. Check out your bearish candle. So this was a bullish gap and go, right? Bearish candle yesterday. You had a nice little pennant pattern over the last 4 days. Good resistance right there. Just a phenomenal gap overall. So that's what I played. Brad initially lost, I think, 0.8 R on NEE, bearish. So NEE had a black candle gapping down. Here's the 5-minute chart. And I forget exactly how he played it, but something like this, I believe. Entry was here, stop was around here somewhere. I think he lowered the stop and just got tagged right there. So he lost small on NEE, but SVU, Special Victims Unit. This was the trade that we took late in the afternoon. Also, shout out to one of my coaching students, Gary Wiggins, over there in the West Coast. Gary made himself a nice R playing that bearish move, so Gary, great job. We played this little afternoon rollover. Entry there, stop there, and exit some at the low of the day, some around here for 1.72 Rs. So a lot of traders made some good money today. Today was another profitable day in the trading rooms. If you want to be a part of the trading rooms, you've already got the links. They've been emailed to you. More will be coming later. But remember, it is extra income month here at Real Life Trading. So if you want to hop over to the reallifetrading.com website, you can click on the account, log in. I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So if you log in, you can just sign up with whatever email and username you have. And once you sign up, check this little tab over here on the left-hand side. Get paid $150. Use that link to invite your friends. You never know if they're going to sign up. They might be interested. They might not. That's not for you to decide. But if they want to trade the stock market or Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or futures or whatever, we have traders from all walks of life, from all around the world, of all ages, of all income levels. Traders making, $30,000 a year to $1 million a year. All of them, all walks of life. Invite your friends, get them in there, and if any one of your friends joins the Real Life Trading Room, I will pay you $150 per friend. Per friend! So you send me 10 people, you got yourself a cool grand 500, 1.5K. That's math. Do it. Make extra money. Invite your friends. It's easy, it's free, it's simple. Why not? Let's hop over to some other stocks. Here's Apple, AAPL, and here's the daily chart. Had a little bit of an evening star reversal pattern today. I had an entry for some protective puts below the low of this white candle. The entry of those protective puts was 172.98. The low of today was 173. I like the candle on Apple. Didn't trigger the protective puts. Looking at potentially doing a covered call up here at 200 at some point, but Apple doing its thing. Here's Las Vegas Sands. Had a very nice bullish gap and go yesterday. This was part of the weekly options newsletter trade that those who subscribed to that had access to just yesterday. Las Vegas Sands, very pretty candle, doing its thing. Johnson & Johnson had a nice gap yesterday, a little bit of a retest gap, and this is the all-time high level. Johnson & Johnson likes to do those distribution phases. So here's the resistance. Here's some higher lows right here. Got some good bullishness in here. So bottom line, trend is good, volume is good. Buy the dip for anyone looking at playing Johnson & Johnson. I wouldn't be bearish specifically. Brian Shepard requesting TMO Thermo Fisher Scientific. Look at that. One white soldier candle. Woo, doggy. Right above all the moving averages. I mean, most stocks looked pretty bullish on the 2nd of January. So the entry would have been there, stop would have been there, home run trade. It was a bunch of white candles in a row, white, 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 white. Here's the previous all-time high, and you got within pennies of retesting that today. So if you didn't get triggered in today, Brian, no worries. It was a dip buying opportunity. Today was the dip. But keep your eyes on TMO to continue higher because that is the trend. Here's TSG, the stars group, which isn't really doing very much on the daily. It's just kind of chilling out, volume kind of light. Here's the weekly. My overall thought on this one, super strong resistance where we are right now. So we will probably trade sideways for another week or two, maybe 3. But if the trend hangs tight, very good volume, decline volume here, should consolidate and then continue higher because the trend is bullish. One would be looking for a bullish trade. Hershey's, ticker symbol SHY, had an interesting move. So here's Hershey's on the daily chart. So a little bit of a gap down today, a little bit of an interesting lower shadow, retesting some old resistance, new support. As much as I like chocolate, I'm surprised I've never invested in Hershey's. I've never had any shares or any longer term positions in this one. It is retesting a pretty solid level. Again, if you come back over here to the weekly chart, and here's the long-term moving averages, you'll see that the 100 looks good. You got some old resistance, new support over here. Hershey's kind of looking like a ginormous triangle of some sort right now. So if it pulls back again and you're a chocolate fan, maybe a long-term buy and hold on Hershey's would be deliciously rewarding. Here is Kodak, ticker symbol KODK, and I wanted to short this thing so bad at open, but it simply did not have any shares to borrow, unfortunately. Other unfortunate news, I also bought some puts on this particular trade because it had a massive white candle yesterday, and everyone who bought was selling at open, indistinguishably easy fade. But you couldn't really short any shares, so I made the mistake of buying puts without really checking on the implied volatility. Implied volatility on this bad boy at market open was like 370%. So some of my advanced option traders actually used that knowledge to sell some options today on Kodak. My particular position, I'm down on it a little bit. The max I can lose is 1R on those puts, however, on Kodak. So all I can say is, it probably does something like this. If you're an advanced options trader, keep an eye on the implied volatility. Selling options is probably a wise thing. The whole blockchain frenzy is just taken over, and Kodak is one of the most recent recipients of that move. 2 other ones, I got this one last second, VUZI from Marios in Cyprus, and VUZI was a white candle gapping up, which makes it a retest gap. The retest was yesterday with that nice lower shadow and some good volume coming in. So personally, I think it's just a matter of time before VUZI breaks out to the upside. It's an interesting little channel. So we've been trading sideways for a while. So if and when VUZI can break above $10. Woo! Hold on. Got two more. HMNY. A lot of people are keeping an eye on this one. It's a pretty aggressive trade. I do agree, but it could be fun. Here is the daily chart, and I love this gap. Up 28% today. I did not day trade it, but it can be swung traded. Is that the term? Swunged? Entry there, stop there. I would love it for consolidate, few days, and then continued higher. It's a very nice gap. I'm not saying it will trigger, but you can absolutely keep your eyes on that. And Dylan requesting NYCB seconds ago. This is a live feed. New York Community Bank. I like the gap, and I like the volume. Looks good, Dylan. Let me go look at the weekly chart just because I don't really know the stock very well. Here's the deal, man. This is the double bottom. That's the close of the neckline, and that is the retest. So if you are in bullish, longer term, it's kind of more sideways, a little bit of a buy low, sell high. I'm not saying this is going to go to $17 tomorrow, but in the next year or two, it could appreciate in value. It was a buy low, sell high, nice double bottom. I like the daily chart a lot. So I'll put it to you this way. I wouldn't go bearish on New York Community Bank. Looks good and bullish to me. Nice eyes. I like it. Folks from around the world, thanks so much for tuning in. Next week is the Wealth 365 Summit. I want you all to register. I'll be sending a link for that tomorrow. Ton of free information. So many participants in this thing. I mean, I truly is just, first of all, it's an honor and a privilege to even be a part of it. The person putting it on, Rob Hoffman, is I think he's like a 25-time world trading champion. I forget the exact stat, but it's something just irrevocably amazing. Phenomenal for me to be a part of that, learn from him, be a mentor, but also take part in one of the largest financial online summits of all time. I'm sending out a link for this tomorrow. It's entirely free. I would love for you if you could register and learn stuff. It is extra income month. Learn how to do real estate, taxes, cryptocurrencies. There's all kinds of great things on this particular program. Options, credit spreads, everything you want. Jack Schwager's a part of this. Some of the biggest names in the industry. And somehow I snuck in the back door. So Rob, Jerry Blossom, thanks for that. But otherwise, folks, from around the world, thanks for being amazing. You rock. And I will see you next time, which will be Friday. And until then, remember, love life, and trade. Bye.